Welcome back to another episode of the Bamboo Season Podcast. I'm your host, Dorian Warmsley, the podcast where you will hear real stories from real people to help you achieve real growth on your journey of leveling up. One thing, many things I've learned in life, but an important one is learning the ability to pivot. When life throws you different situations and challenges you weren't prepared for, people not showing up for you how you expected them to. You got to learn to accept it, take it with you, boom, pivot, make another move, because that pivot might put you in a better direction, in a better position than you would have thought of. So everything that comes towards you to throw you off, it isn't always bad. Sometimes it's redirection. With that being said, my guest today has made some pivots in her life. I have no idea what she does, who she is. I'm getting to know her today. I met her outside, and I was like, hey, you want to come on the podcast? She's like, yeah. I bring you Monica Lewinski.
No, just Chelsea.
Chelsea, where'd I get Monica? Oh, because Lewinski. Sorry.
That's okay.
Chelsea Lewinski.
Honest mistake.
Well, Miss Chelsea, thank you so much for making time today to come on this podcast, have a conversation with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And for those who don't know you, what do you do and who do you help?
I am an artist, muralist, tattoo artist. I help the masses.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. Anybody who's interested in art and healing, I feel like finds my page.
Okay, and you're new to Vegas.
I am.
How long?
6 days, 7 days. Today.
Oh, you just got here.
I literally just got here.
Wow.
A week today.
What prompted you to move to Vegas?
I am pursuing an opportunity here at a new tattoo shop called Skin Design Tattoo with Robert Foe, who happens to be a legendary tattoo artist. And I get to be mentored by him. I'm really excited about it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, how'd that opportunity come about?
Well, I followed his shop and him, and he had made a post that he was always looking for new artists and to reach out if, they were interested in growing. And, some things just kind of pull at you, and I just felt like the urge to message him, and I did, and I truly didn't think that he was going to message me back, but he ended up messaging me back like that night, and 5 weeks later, here I am.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It happened so fast.
Are you scared? Or what's the emotion you think would you say you're feeling as you've been here now or decided to come?
Parts have been scary. This is my first time ever being away from home, ever being away from my family. I was born and raised in Denver, so I think the biggest thing is just being in a new city, a very big city with a lot of energy and knowing nobody. I think that's the scariest part. For the opportunity itself, I'm mostly just excited. I'm nervous for sure, but I feel nothing but good things and excitement and just like excited to grow.
That's very inspiring for you to. I've never done it, move to a city by myself where I didn't know nobody. And it ain't just like a small country town. It's Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people get steered in very unfortunate directions, but also in very good directions, because there is a lot of opportunity here, I believe, because majority of people here now, I'm not saying majority, I say a good amount, aren't from here. They move here in their 20s or 30s for opportunities, and there's a lot of opportunity for networking and collaboration to help you with what you're already doing. So I think that's very bold of you and brave. So when people hear this, they should be inspired to chase that dream and go. You know what I mean? Like, go.
You got to jump. You got to jump no matter what. And I feel like when you jump, you have to just have faith that the universe is going to catch you. Ooh. And it has every time. So I've learned that over my years of, doing this. Just, when you feel the urge, just do it and say yes and ask questions later.
And you said his name was what again?
Robert Foe.
Okay, I must look him up. I don't know much about tattoo artists. All I know is the show. What was it called? Master Ink?
Ink Masters?
Ink Masters?
Yeah. It's a good show.
I have tats, yeah.
Okay.
But
we'll have to get you in the chair.
I don't know. So I haven't had a tattoo in a long time.
Okay.
I'm currently, I was doing the removal sessions to get some old stuff removed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh.
That hurts too.
Yeah. And it's quick though. It's 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? You did this to yourself. So fight through it. And because my plan was to get it lightened a bit and just do a full new sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have almost sleeved up arm. But then after doing the removal, I'm like, man, I don't know if I can hang in a chair anymore. Because it's been probably, last time I got tattoos, probably at least 10 to 12 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
I will say tattoo removal, I feel like hurts more than the tattoo for sure.
Yeah. And it just, it's pain. And I could taste it in my mouth. Like, it's weird. Like,
You just got to tune it out. Go somewhere else.
ugh.
Get out of your body.
It's been a while. I'm letting it go through the healing process, and I'll go back in a few months and maybe do a little more lightening up to see how it looks, and possibly do a cover at some point. Yeah, Ink Master. That was a great show. I used to love watching it. Dave Navarro. I thought it was so cool. Just different. You get to see the artist, and just what people like you do. When I mean people like you, I mean as an artist, tattoo artist. It's phenomenal. Like how you can make things just come almost to life on somebody's skin.
It's insane. It really is.
Now, for you, how long have you been doing tattoo work?
Not long, actually. So I've been a full-time artist, a muralist, for 7 years in May. But I've only been tattooing for about a little over a year.
Okay.
So I'm fairly new to the tattoo world.
Oh. And how long, we said again, how long you're doing the muralist stuff?
7 years in May.
And what got you into that?
Well, I feel like I've always done art off and on like my whole life. I was working as a college advisor prior to quitting my job. And I just remember like doodling in my desk all the time. And then eventually I started painting and my canvases got bigger and bigger. And then I started doing art shows. And this was just kind of like all on the side. I never really thought anything would come of it. And then I had a friend was like, you should do a mural. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. What's a mural? And I truly knew nothing about the mural game. And I had a friend give me an opportunity to paint my first mural. And I ended up quitting my job that same week because I was just so like floored by the experience. I was obsessed. And I called out every single day that week because I wanted to paint and finish it. And I remember going in on a Friday. I had called out every single day that week, and my boss was like, "You're leaving us, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta go." And they're like, "All right, well, it was nice knowing you."
Where were you working?
I was working at just like a little small college, and I was there for 4 years, almost 5 years. But yeah, I ended up quitting, and I had no plan. I was just like, "This is what I got to do."
Damn.
Yeah. I've always been somebody who just has the bold moves.
So like doing this now, move to Vegas is kind of part of who you are.
Yes, there is a common theme here for sure. I didn't notice it until recently. I think until this move, honestly. But somebody had told me like, you are so good at just trusting your instincts. And I'm like, I never saw myself that way until recently. But I feel more confident in making these decisions now than obviously I was 7 years ago. But
Hearing you say this, what I'm starting to think to myself is when we have those moments of fear and doubt of wanting to make that move or that jump, it's interesting because it's never as bad as we think.
mm-mm.
Once you do it, it might be a little struggle, a little hard, but you'll start realizing like, oh, it's not as scary or as traumatizing as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I can handle this.
I think you have to learn to like trust that it's just always going to work out. And not always, because I'll tell you a story. I got here, and 2 days after I got here, my Jeep started leaking oil, and I had to get towed like off of the 15. Like I was on the highway. And I was like, of course, new city, I'm by myself. I was like, what am I doing here? What is happening? I was like spiraling because I had to get my car towed, and I couldn't just call my dad. You know what I mean? And got it towed. Ended up spending a little over $1,000 to get it fixed. Literally 2 days into being here in Vegas. And so that was really scary. But things don't always go smoothly. But trusting that, like, okay, there's obviously something greater here happening. You just have to trust the process and go with it. So, like, when you're in the thick of it, it's easy to spiral or to freak out and be like, oh my God, what did I do? Or you can just be like, all right, we're going to laugh through this. It's totally fine. If I was at home, like, what would I do? Like, you know what I mean? So just kind of learning to go with the flow, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, I've learned to accept things for what they are.
Yeah.
That's kind of the mindset I've shifted to. Like, instead of thinking situations aren't going how I want or how I believe they should, I think what's kind of gets people stuck sometimes.
Definitely.
And that's what gets them in their head and they get upset and flustered instead of just accepting for what it is. Like, that person didn't do it because for whatever reason, you know, like, what are you going to do now?
Yeah, and start thinking of like the things that don't go your way as protection. Like, okay, obviously I'm not meant for that, right? Or like, okay, my Jeep broke down. Obviously, like it needed to get fixed before it blew up, or like something. Like thinking of it as protection. And if you can turn any bad situation, I don't even like to call them bad situations.
Same,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, me either.
They're just like lessons, or like you're attracting it for some level of growth to the next level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're learning how to trust your instincts. You're learning how to trust yourself. You're learning how to stay calm in the chaos. And I feel like ultimately that's where the level up comes.
As you're saying that, I'm thinking about it. I think sometimes when we situations aren't going how we liked or planned, kind of how you said it's protection. Also, I think it's the universe seeing how you're going to react.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to react when things don't go the way you thought or want? Are you going to be still grateful? Are you still going to have a positive outcome or mindset and be optimistic? Or are you going to be like, God damn, this isn't fair. Why me? Why? And I think you got to check yourself and see your reaction to when things go in a way that aren't the best for you in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, do some self-reflection. Like, damn, why did I react that way? Or what I could have done better?
Yeah.
How could I have spun that situation?
I just posted this morning. Pressure is a privilege. You know, I feel like we're lucky to be able to experience that. Growth comes from the dirt. So
with great power comes great responsibility.
Period.
Uncle Ben, Spider-Man.
We love Ben.
I saw a meme one time, and it was somebody with a Coca-Cola bottle. You know, they have names on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it said Ben, and it had it next to like a water fountain with like a Spider-Man toy holding on to it. Like, oh no, Uncle Ben. I don't know. It was interesting. So you've been in Maryland 7 years. You were working as college advisor before. You're originally from Denver.
Yes.
Born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to guess you're Mexican because I saw your flag on your profile.
Yes.
And are your parents from Mexico?
No.
Okay.
I mean, not directly. If you go back far enough, yes, my family's from Mexico.
I think that's where Mexicans come from.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
my parents directly, but.
And something you also recently, or you said earlier, was that you've been sober 2 years.
Yes.
How's that feel?
Incredible. It's the best decision I ever made in my life. At the beginning of my career, I definitely felt a lot of social anxiety and used alcohol as a crutch when I would do art shows, when I would go out and meet people, because this life you have to go out and network, you know? And I definitely used alcohol as a crutch to do that, going to parties and things like that. And I come from a family of drinkers, and so it was very easy for me to just kind of get caught up and keep going down that line. And then, I just found myself in a very unhealthy situation. I was gaining weight. I was depressed. I don't really know how I was making it as an artist, but I was. But even though I found success, I was not happy with who I was on the inside. And after my youngest was born, I was really just determined to lose weight and start feeling better about my body. I remember seeing pictures and videos of myself painting and absolutely just hated the way that I looked. And I even hate saying that out loud because I do feel like we should all love ourselves in every form. But when you're not happy with yourself, it reflects in everything that you do. And so I was really determined to just get into a healthier state of mind. And I remember I was working out and I was doing all of the things. And it was one night I was with my friends and we were doing vision boards and having wine and champagne. And, it was a girls' night. It was really fun. And waking up the next day and just feeling like shit. I was like, why do I keep doing this? And I felt like everything I was working towards in the gym would just be sent 20 steps back after a night of drinking, because then I wouldn't want to eat good, right? Like I wake up and I want a cheeseburger because you're hungover, and then I would sleep in and I wouldn't want to go to the gym, and it would take me 2 days to like get back on track. And so I just quit cold turkey, and it was literally the best thing I've ever done.
What day was it?
December 17th.
Oh, so you just hit 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Only gonna get harder from now.
You think so?
Um,
Because it's been fairly easy. I've not been tempted. Like, I can honestly say I've not been tempted to drink.
well, I don't say it in that way.
Okay.
Like I'm not tempted to drink at all either.
Okay.
From the very beginning.
Yeah, same.
But it was just other things in life
Okay.
that started to stir up. For me, I could say from my experience was just learning how to navigate as a sober person in the sense of your new identity.
Mhm.
Because now, for me, alcohol was always involved in almost everything I did,
Mhm.
leaving the house, outside of the gym or work, going out on the weekend, hanging out with friends, everything almost involved alcohol. So it was just different going out and not doing it and almost feeling weird. And then people who drink and you don't, they low-key make it feel weird.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They start acting like, I don't know, can I do that? Like, bro, it's not COVID. Like, you can do, you don't have to wear your mask around me. You know, like you can do what you want. So then you, and almost as a response, you start to feel like, damn. So you don't even want to do things and be around people because you don't feel that. And then for me also, like, dating was different because when I was dating when I was younger, it was always, hey, let's go get drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to this. Let's go, always alcohol involved almost. Yeah. And so when I started to try to date, I wasn't sure how. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? I'm not used to it. I'm always used to it. It was always a cool thing, not cool thing, but a simpler thing for both people, both parties. Hey, let's go meet at the bar and get drinks, or let's go eat dinner here and eat drinks. Mm-hmm. But now it's sober and it's like, oh, what do you do? And it was a learning experience. I got through it. And almost it became better because now, or after I got past that and I started to date, it was, hey, let's go meet in the daytime for coffee or lunch, daytime. So it's like 11, 12, 1, 2, which to me was better because now you're not under those beer goggles or somebody can sound so interesting and cool when you guys are kind of tipsy and drinking.
Yeah.
And then you meet them the next day sober and you're like, well, who's that person?
Also, I feel like it's a better way to meet somebody where you're at too, right? Like somebody that shares the same lifestyle, because I don't, like, again, no offense to people that do drink, but I don't spend my nights in bars. I don't go out like that usually. And so, like, for me to go out to meet somebody at a bar for a drink, like, I would never really do that anyways, you know what I mean? So I feel like you're kind of setting up a false sense of being, if you will, prior to even getting to know a person. So I agree with you. Coffee dates are elite.
Yeah, that's where it's at. And like I said, it's daytime. You still can go about your day. Mm-hmm. You can still, like I said, you're both sober and clear-minded.
Yeah.
And to what you said earlier about you drinking for social anxiety reasons, I understand that. And what I want people to understand is it's okay to feel the anxiety. It's You're not going to die. And especially when it comes to dating, for women out there, like, they have that reasoning like, hey, I want to feel comfortable. I want to drink a little bit. It's like, well, think about this. What if you went on a date sober and the man was able to make you feel comfortable?
Right.
Without that anxiety. That's the kind of person you should try to search for.
For sure.
That you go out there and you're like, damn, okay, Chad, you feel good and you're comfortable.
Yeah.
But
and it's just safer all around for everybody involved.
Yeah. But not too many people work on themselves enough to learn how to communicate better, how to have genuine, interesting conversations.
Yeah.
Not everything. Good amount of people these days, it's very surface level with the conversation, with getting to know somebody. What's your favorite color? Oh, who'd you vote for? Oh, who'd you this and this? Just so surface level instead of going into depth of why are you here? Like, how, not on earth, but like in this position, what happened to you? What'd you do?
Right.
Tell me a little more. Why are you interested in these things?
There's really not many people who can have those conversations.
No, it's not. I've very far and few I've met lately, throughout my life. I've made some great friends as I became an adult now, especially because I'm sober.
Yeah.
And I'm on a big like self-development journey of life. I want to know, I'm curious. I'll go deep. Like, tell me why your mom gave you up.
Yeah.
Tell me why your dad's a hoe. I don't know. Whatever it is. Like,
my dad's a nice guy.
Is he? What's his dad's name?
John.
What up, John? Shout out to John.
Shout out, John. Hey, Dad.
He's a nice guy. My bad. I was talking about your dad specifically.
I know, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, sobriety has been great for me. I love it. It's been phenomenal. And I'm almost, all right. So what I've come to find out, the word contrarian. You familiar?
No.
I think that's how you say it. So basically I'm anti what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
Like I'm low-key a hater.
I was just gonna say, are you
Yeah.
a certified hater?
Yeah, 100%. The way Kendrick hated Drake,
Yeah.
that's how I hate the society sometimes.
I
You know,
feel you. I
like,
do.
When things started going trendy and everything, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go against the grain and not read that book. I'm not reading Let Them book. No, I'm not doing it.
That one sounds toxic a little bit.
See what I'm saying? I'm not the only one. But where was I going with this?
I don't know.
Oh,
Certified hater.
yeah. Because now I'm starting to see sobriety starting to become low-key trend. Now I'm gonna say it's trendy. Listen, some people, I'm supportive of people who decide to go sober, but I'm telling you, I witness behaviors and I witness how people move. I've seen people post and do it, but I feel like they do it just to try to be on the wave, and then they just go back to the toxic behavior.
I would prefer sobriety trending than.
You're right.
Let's support the people.
You're right.
Let's be sober,
right.
guys.
I'm gonna go back to drinking. I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna go back. Tequila on the rocks as soon as I leave here.
Shut up. Was that your drink?
Yeah, not even on the rocks though, just raw.
Oh,
just straight.
same. No,
Yeah.
tequila neat, 2 limes.
Yeah,
That was my shit.
I was never a mixed drink person.
Me
I was
neither.
always a straight to it. If I'm a drink, let's get to it. It used to
Same.
be Jameson. Then I went to Douce for a little bit. And then after that, went back to Jameson. And then towards the end of my drinking career, it was tequila straight.
Straight up. That's how you know.
That's it. I don't want to, no, we ain't sharing. Get your own bottle. I got mine because I'm going to finish it by myself.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, I used to love that Don Julio 70.
Okay.
Yeah.
Casamigos for me.
That was my thing. And, well, anywho, sober now, 2 years.
Congratulations.
What? Congratulations to you. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
I'll take it. I just hit 1,600 days.
Amazing.
And, you're right. It is better that it is trendy, and I love it. And I want people who are on just starting the journey to be proud of that one day, that week, that month.
Yeah.
Because there's sometimes people who try to compare themselves to me and downplay where they're at. Well, it's only 30 days. I'm like,
That's huge.
that's a win. I didn't get to 1,600 overnight. It was
Right.
1 day, 2, 10, 12, 50, 60, 100.
Yes.
And I want people to be proud of their decision to change. And even if they fall off and go back.
You can start again.
Yeah. And I think it's important though, because when you fall off and you have those moments, I think it's great because it gives you an opportunity to remember why you even started.
For sure.
So let's say you go 100 days and all of a sudden you slip up, you have it, you're hungover. Now you're like mad at yourself, but you're kind of like, this is exactly why I don't want to go back to this. And now you're going to be
It'll be easier the next
in a
time.
sense. Yeah. You're kind of almost like a reminder. And that goes with anything, fitness, not anything, but fitness
No,
for sure.
Yeah. I was just going to say that too. I recently started my running journey.
Okay.
And I remember when I hit like my first mile without stopping, right? I was like, oh my God, downplayed it. I was like, it's just a mile. And everybody around me was like, dude, a lot of people don't run a mile every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then eventually I hit 2 and 3 and now I can run 8 miles without stopping. Like how fucking cool is that, right? Like, and I never pictured myself as a runner ever. And so like, but we all start somewhere. So.
That's good. Good for you.
Thanks.
I hate running. I run for my problems, but
That's your mindset though.
I'll keep it. It's fine. I could do a lot of other things. Running.
My friends
man.
always make fun of me. They're like, nobody's chasing you, right? And I'm like, yeah.
You never know. You never know when you have to run for your life. And
What
you're
if
ready.
the zombie apocalypse happens? I'm going to be ready.
Yeah.
Okay?
I prepare for this shit.
I prepared.
I knew it.
That's why I train.
Go save people.
Yes.
So far with your week being here, how do you feel about it? That's such a short time.
It is a short time. I don't know. I feel like I spent the last week kind of just settling my spirit, to be honest. I spent a lot of time I was in a hotel when I first got here. Now I have an Airbnb until I find an apartment.
Nice.
But I've literally just been, working. I've just been showing up in the shop, being present, and then kind of networking, meeting people like you guys, and then just being home. Well, I say home, but in my Airbnb. Just because, I don't know, I've had a lot of emotions. It has been hard being away from home. I've definitely woken up with like anxiety. I've had trouble sleeping for sure. So I'm trying to just like ground myself a little bit before I like venture out into the world.
With the mural work,
Mm-hmm.
are you familiar with Pretty Done?
Mm-mm.
Uh, he's a artist. I don't know if it's considered a muralist, but he's out
Uh-huh.
here in Vegas and he has his own shop
Nice.
downtown. You'll see a bunch of his artwork downtown. I want to say it's murals, but I was just curious if you knew who he was or not.
Mm-mm.
I could send you Instagram later. You could maybe
Yeah, I
check him out
don't
and see.
know too many Vegas artists, to be
Yeah,
honest.
he's
So,
big on trying to be a platform for the upcoming artists, especially with Vegas,
mhm.
because he feels like Vegas. He's originally from LA, I think, but he's trying to make it known that Vegas is starting to get its own kind of wave of artists upcoming and being established, equivalent to somewhere like LA or whatnot, which is
Sounds like
great.
somebody I need to know.
100%. He's his Instagram great following, but the work he's doing is great. I saw him he spoke on a panel, and I was like, oh wow, it was cool to hear his mindset and what he's on. I'm all about meeting people who are trying to help who they or be the person they needed. You know what I mean? Like that's what I do. What I do is like making sure I put out content and I speak and act in a way that would help that young man that I was when I was lost and needed it. Because there's somebody out there who's needs to feel it,
I couldn't agree more.
especially when it comes to sobriety. And we just met, my full story, but my dad wasn't in my life. I felt a 4-story window, all these things that happened to me, but yet I still showed up. And there's people who have their tough situations and hardships and feel like the world's on top of them. And I want them to see my bald bearded face and be like, damn, if he could make it, why can't I? Why not
Yes.
me?
We all have a hard story. Every single
What is your
person.
hard story?
I mean,
There's got to be something in there.
of course, there's a lot of things.
Like what?
I mean, I don't know how do I start telling my life story?
You don't have to tell your life story, but you can just tell something that because you said a lot of things. What does things mean?
I mean, okay, so I had a child very young. My son I had when I was 16 years old. So I've been a mom my whole life. Yeah. And I feel like that in itself was hard. It was really hard as a teenager trying to figure out. It's hard for anybody trying to figure out who they are, let alone with a child and figuring out how to raise them, And his dad I was never around, actually. He met him like once. And then
To this day?
Yeah. And so figuring out how to navigate my life, going through, all of the challenges that we go through, but again, with a child, feeling like a child. And then all the way up to quitting my job and navigating entrepreneurship. Again, anybody can do that, but doing it with a kid as well it's a lot. It's a lot to do, and it definitely gave me reason to fucking hustle. I'll tell you that, put a battery on my back for sure, but it was hard. And then, I had my youngest, and 3 years later, we're here in Vegas, and it's a lot.
So you were 16 when you had your first son.
Yeah.
How did you what was your support system like?
My family has been amazing. My mom and dad, for sure, have always been there. I have 2 older brothers as well who are great uncles. So it wasn't alone, for sure. I have amazing friends and family and support system. So it definitely was not alone. I would not be here without them. And even coming to Vegas, I remember telling my son's father, like, hey, I have this opportunity with this artist. Is this something we can even do? Is this something that we can even work out? And I remember him just being like, dude, you have to go. He's like, you are the one that makes it. You need to go put your head down and work. Like, I'll hold down the fort. And like, I'm very lucky to have a support system like that. I know that not everybody has that, but I also know I worked really hard to build that. It didn't happen overnight. It was not something that just came. Like, it was years of growth and, relationship building. I didn't always have the best relationship with my mom. We still get into it. I don't always have the best relationship with my dad. But you grow and you learn, and, you figure out how to forgive your parents for certain things so that you can go on to have a better relationship and, just things that you learn over the years.
What do you think you had to learn to forgive your parents for?
That they're living life for the first time too, and they did the best that they could with the tools that they had. And I think realizing that has helped me let go of a lot of things that I think my parents should have done differently, because
what?
who am I to judge, you know?
What should they have done differently?
Um,
In your mind, your opinion.
yeah, sure. My mom was in and out of relationships a lot, right? And so she's been married a lot. And to me, I'm just like, why wouldn't you just focus on yourself? Why wouldn't you just focus on us, you know? And looking back now, I'm like, well, because she always had it ingrained, like from my grandma, you know, what you're supposed to do is get married and, you know, take care of your family. And if you don't have a husband, then you're not doing life right, you know? And that just comes from deeply rooted beliefs from a traditional Mexican family, you know, or lots of families, really. Like a lot of parents will base your success on, like, did you get married? Do you have a family? Did you go to college? Right. And so my mom was constantly looking for that type of approval instead of looking for it within herself. And I'm so proud of her, because now as she's older, like now she's like starting to learn to look for her own self-acceptance and find herself. And I can't blame her for what she was trying to figure out for herself, you know? And so I think realizing that your parents are living for the first time too, they don't have all the answers. They're literally just here figuring it out the same way we are.
Who were you raised by mostly?
My mom.
Okay, and your dad was still around your life though?
Yeah, he was in and out. My dad was a heavy drinker for sure.
Still now?
Off and on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to John. You got this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm really proud of him. He's definitely taken a lot of steps to, you know, be better, but sometimes he falls back, and that's okay. We love him anyway. He's great. Great dad, great grandpa. But yeah, what was I saying?
About him being in and out. He had a drinking problem.
Oh, yeah. So another thing, like, I feel like my mom at the time had kept me from my dad. Now looking back, I'm like, okay, well, now I see why you did that. You know what I mean? And so again, I can't really judge her. She was doing what she thought was best for me. You know, me and my dad have had time to reconnect over the years. So
good for you. Do your brothers have the same mom and dad?
no, we all have different dads.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Half brothers.
Okay.
But we were all raised in the same household.
Just you three?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. And your sons, you have two sons.
Mm-hmm.
One's 3, one's 18.
Yeah.
The 3-year-old, he's the one that said, "Hey, I'll watch. I got the kid.
Yeah.
Go handle business."
Yeah.
It's good. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. We've had our ups and downs for sure. We're not currently together, but he remains to be one of my very close friends and biggest supporters.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
Good
Shout out
example
Ruben.
for Ruben,
Ruben.
like the sandwich.
Yes.
Ah. I said that as a joke to make the people laugh. Ruben, don't get mad at me.
No, he's got a good sense of humor.
That's good. And I like what you said about those standards, we'll call them. In my opinion, it is a Mexican thing, older Mexican thing. My mom is Mexican, and I've seen how my grandma and them are. And I grew up when I was younger around a bunch of Mexicans, and I've seen how they expect you to, like you said, get a husband, this and this and this. Like my grandma never had a job in her life. My grandpa was the one that made the money and this and that. You take care of the family, take care of the kids, and blah, blah, blah. And that's just how it goes.
Yes.
But then when they separated and then she was that now elderly, nobody's going to hire you with no experience at 60.
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
It is very interesting. I will say, like, moving to Vegas, my mom and my grandma are having a very hard time with it.
Why? Hard with, what do you mean by hard?
Well, one, I've never left home.
Okay.
But for two, both of my kids are back in Colorado. And so one of the first things my mom said to me was, "How can you leave them?" And I'm like, it's you got to see the bigger picture, you know? And I tried to explain that to her as like a year of sacrifice, or, you know, give me a year to figure this out and put my head down and work so that I can provide a greater future for them, you know? And I really believe that. I really believe that I can get a lot of work done here and be able to elevate our lives. But she doesn't see it that way. She sees me as leaving my kids.
Do you think they would see it the same way if it was one of your brothers doing this?
It's so funny you said that, because I remember talking to my son's dad, and he made the comparison of like, well, if you were a man, pursuing an opportunity out of the state, or if you were enlisting in the military, everybody would call you brave and noble and, you know, just cheer you on. And he's like, well, how is this any different? He's like, you are literally leaving to pursue a career opportunity to better your family's life. He's like, how is that any different? And I'm like, you're absolutely right. And it's those conversations that ultimately made me feel comfortable enough to jump. So.
Shout out to Ruben again.
Yeah.
He's a real one.
He really is.
and that's real. It's honest. It's how I see it. I don't know you, but if any woman I knew was doing that, I think the same way.
Yeah.
It is harder and whatnot. But if the father was deciding to go and make a move, it's, oh yeah, go do it. Take care of the family. And it's
right.
I don't know if it's a Mexican thing where they're always so harder on the daughters than they are the kids. But yeah, you're taking a big leap, but long term, it's going to come full circle in a bigger way. And your son, as he gets older and understand what you did, it's going to make sense. Because unfortunately, fathers leave their kids alive all the time.
All the time.
You know what I mean? Your 18-year-old youngest, he was gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least you're leaving for a reason that's going to help set everybody up.
Yeah.
In a good way. So that's amazing.
You got to trust the process, you know? I'm dealing with a lot of like those feelings, I think. Feeling like I'm doing something wrong when I'm not, you know? Even my oldest, like he's upset with me.
Yeah.
He's not. There are times where he's supportive, and then there are times like right now where he's like not. I just don't think he fully is aware of what's happening and what the situation is. And I have to honor his feelings, you know, and I know that I would rather him be mad at me for this than be mad at me for like getting drunk and not coming home or like being a bum, right? Like, I don't know, or just like seeing me miserable and unhappy at home, or like in a 9-to-5 job, just, you know, depressed. Like, I don't know, I could be 1,000 things, but like all I have to do now is just like prove to them what I'm doing and make sure it pays off in a big way.
Yeah, I think it's I believe women have it hard as a lot more than anybody in this world, because for you, for example, like you want to still be a good mother, but pursue your passion. And I feel sometimes we can bottle mothers into like, no, you got to be taking care of your kid the whole time. You can't be.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend who expressed how she was chasing wanted to be a mom. She loved it, but also still wanted to chase her passion of being a nonprofit and working on that. And there were times where she would feel guilt. Like
the guilt is heavy.
Yeah. Like my passion is to be a mom. Of course, I love my kids, but then you feel bad or guilty because you kind of, I don't want to see my kids right now. I kind of want to work on this. Not saying give your kids away, but like,
no.
They're my priority, but I kind of want me time to
God
do
forbid
my
you
thing.
have me time. Now you're selfish.
Yeah,
you know
it's a lose-lose situation.
Either way. So, and that's exactly it. Is like, okay, well, I'm here now. I did it. There's nothing I can do about it now. If I go back, what's the point of it, right? So it's like I may as well just put my head down and fucking work then.
That's it.
I'm here.
Lock it in.
Lock it in, exactly. So.
What, you might have said it earlier, but you were muralling and then you decided to do tattoo. Why did you decide to shift into tattoo a year ago?
It wasn't like this big decision. I never stopped doing murals. It was more so just adding another tool to the toolbox type thing. And also murals and gallery work, it's fun and great, but it's not very consistent. So I've had to learn to budget and manage my money very well over the years. And sometimes some seasons are just slower than others. And I was looking for something to kind of supplement those slow seasons. And I had a friend at the time who was like, well, if you teach me how to paint murals, I'll teach you how to tattoo. And I was like, okay, well, this is not a great situation for you, but I'll take it. So I started tattooing, and it just kind of progressed. I got good fast, I would say. And I've been really lucky to just kind of continue down that road. And I still paint murals. I don't think that'll ever stop. I love painting. I don't ever plan to just stop painting just because I tattoo. I think it all kind of feeds each other.
Do you have a specific style or theme of how you like to do murals, or is anything you're known for or want to be known for?
Well, I feel like for murals, I feel like I'm known for portraiture for sure. Surrealism, things like that. I paint in very bright colors. But tattooing, I haven't really like honed in on a style yet. I really love to tattoo a lot of different things. But again, I'm only a year in. So I feel like as time progresses, I'll eventually find my style. When I first started painting murals, it took me some time to kind of find, my style there too. So it just takes time.
With the murals and your style, or let me ask this, are there any artists that you admire or inspire to be like, or that inspire you to do the work you do?
Not inspired to be like. I feel like I'm very grounded in who I am. However, I will say that I was mentored and taught by a lot of amazing artists. One specifically is Jairo Vega. His work is incredible. So if you don't know him, you should definitely look him up. But he's definitely the one that kind of took me under his wing, taught me how to spray paint. I met him at a mural festival, and we were painting next to each other. And I was painting with brushes, like this massive 10-foot wall with brushes. And he was like, "Why are you painting with brushes?" And I'm like, "What else am I going to paint with?" And he was like, "I'm going to teach you how to spray paint." And I'm like, "Okay."
Damn.
And like that blew my fucking mind because his work is unreal, you guys. Like it's insane. And during that time, he was in Denver. And we kind of just like hit it off. He became one of my really close friends. He's now like my brother. I can call him for anything. It took me under his wing and taught me how to paint. And I feel like my game just elevated from there.
Jairo Vega.
Jairo Vega.
Tagger. I used to tag when I was younger.
No, he tags. He definitely comes from graffiti, but
yeah, I used to,
murals.
Where I lived is Orange County, California. You asked where I was from earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Originally from Orange County.
Nice.
And where I lived was a high Mexican area, I'll say.
Okay.
We were taggers.
Yeah.
And all that. We used to go to Michael's, the store.
Yeah.
And steal the Deca pens, Deca markers. That shake. It's like sounds like a spray. We used to go and just, bro, I was so bad. We should just steal just to steal. We'd ride our bikes across town. Like, yeah, if we go across town, they won't know us, Ride our bikes 20, 30 minutes across town, go to Michael's, and then just somebody will do something over there, and then other of us go here and just stuff our pockets or bag full of just all the markers, and we'd go and try to, because where I lived, there was a gang, and we were trying to be like the mini version. So we had like our own mini, it was called Baker Street. And we were like mini Baker Street, and we give ourselves our own names, would go and tag apartments.
Yeah.
And try to, oh my God.
That's one thing I never got into. I never got into tagging. I just feel like I can't be out here getting arrested for tagging.
Yeah.
I got children.
So it's different when you have a level of responsibility. Yes. I had never had no responsibility besides myself. So I've made a lot of risky decisions, I'll say.
Fair.
But I was very, very young.
Young, wild, and free.
Yeah, 10, 11.
Okay, that's very young, yes.
Yeah, it's great. When I hear people sometimes and they tell me their stories, what they were doing at a certain age, I'm like, damn, where was I on a different planet? Because I feel like for as young as I was doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
When I was in 6th grade, I broke into somebody's house and stole their Xbox. Yeah, and got caught.
Dude.
He was in my class. He was in my class, bro. Yeah, I got caught. The cops called and called my mom, like, hey, we need you to bring it back, blah, blah, blah. And then it was a little awkward going back to school.
I bet it was.
And he's in my class.
Okay. Did you steal after that?
What year was that? Yeah. When I was in 7th grade.
That would be enough to scare me straight. Wow.
No, I was rebel. When I was in 7th grade, I just moved to Vegas and had made friends with these kids, and they were stealing cars. Mm. So 7th grade.
That's
and the reason I remember because Usher Let It Burn was out. So he would pull up. He was like a year or 2 years older. He would pull up in the morning, 7th grade. Hey, let's go. We would ditch and just get in the car and drive around.
Damn.
And just be extra.
I didn't start ditching class till I was in high school.
I ditched then too. But then I stopped stealing like what? I think the last time I stole something like.
He said last week.
I mean, I will say this. When I go to the grocery store, I mark large avocados as small. You know what I mean? I'm not paying the extra 20 cents.
No, that's fair.
That's it.
Fair. Sometimes on self-checkout, you just have to just one time.
The craziest thing I saw today. I saw the craziest thing. I go into the gas station before I come here to get some stuff. They have like this, it's like a checkout thing. It's a big.
Yeah. yeah.
counter. You place your things on it.
I saw that.
It scans it, and you just pay and go.
Yeah.
I looked over at the dude. He was like, yeah, man, it's getting wild. And I'm looking at the workers who are kind of messing around. I'm like, oh, y'all better get a skill because y'all jobs are going to be obsolete soon.
But also, like, they're also not checking to make sure you paid. That's what's weird to me. They had one of those in my hotel, and I was just like, nobody wants to make sure that I paid for this drink.
They're trusting the honor system, I guess, these days.
I guess. And then that's cool. That's cool.
Because even when I went to, I was in Miami, and I went to a Dolphins game, and they have their thing set up to where you scan your card, you go in, you grab whatever you want, and you just leave.
Yeah.
And it knows what you grabbed and all, and charges you later.
That's insane.
It is.
Because what if you overcharge me too?
That too. So I'm sure they're working on that, but it's just showing. The point I'm making is people need to get skills and do something outside of just, because you never know when your job or your profession's next to get out by AI or by whatever.
Yeah.
And it might come sooner than later. There's certain jobs where ain't gonna be, because things like the gas station like that, you personally don't need somebody to be there. Like today, I was cool. Like, because even the people who were working, nobody said hi to me.
There's so many artists that are scared of AI taking our jobs. And I'm just like, I personally feel like that's never going to happen. I'm not scared of AI in the sense of like, I know that I cannot be replaced because, I mean, anything you see online, right? AI, sure, there's certain things that are cool, but it lacks soul. You know what I mean? A lot of it's pretty corny, in my opinion.
There's going to be a lot of people who, I can see it both ways. Because I believe what you're saying, like, there's certain jobs like that, yeah, it could be done by AI, but it's like, I don't know. The integrity in me would be like, nah,
it feels icky. It looks
I need
icky.
that real Lewinski work.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But there's some people who are going to be like, we got a budget, whatever. It looks good enough.
Cool. And that good enough is going to bleed through your entire business plan, your entire like aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like if that's what you're building your foundation on, you're probably not going to go very far.
I'm part of this speaker association here. And we had a workshop about a month ago. This guy was talking about AI. He's been a speaker for a long time. He said part of what he did that made him different, he was a good drawer. So he would meet people and be like, hey, I just did this drawing of you, blah, blah, blah. And would send them a portrait that he did hand by hand. He was doing this for years. And it'd be a good soft touch to build a relationship. So then in his presentation, he shows us 2 different pictures. He was like, can you guess which one's AI? We couldn't. He basically was making the point of the one thing that I worked on to help make connection with people. It took him hours to draw these things out. He's like, AI can do it in, X amount of minutes. Mm-hmm. And his point basically was just learning how to work with it rather than against it. But back to what we just said of that personal touch.
Yeah.
So
I think there are other ways you can work with AI. Like when it comes to your business plans, your models, like the administrative side of things, scheduling, all of those things, sure. But when it comes to like actual creation, I feel like everything carries energy. And I think that even if it can create or mimic my art in 5 seconds, it still has a vibrational flow, right? It carries energy, and it's not my energy. So I feel like whatever that art piece is going to go off to do is not going to do its job the same way that I could, energetically speaking. It's not going to hit as well.
Okay, 11:11. Earlier you mentioned you had to forgive your parents for things and you worked through that. Mm-hmm. How did you begin that process? Have you been to therapy? What are things you did to help you work on that path of healing your relationship with your parents and others?
I did therapy a little bit off and on throughout the years. Therapy is expensive. So not something that I did long term, but it does help. Advocate for it, definitely, by all means. For me, I personally I read a lot of self-help books. A lot of just self-reflection, you know what I mean? And a lot of journaling, meditation, working out for sure. I feel like allows you to face yourself in a lot of ways and make yourself, hold yourself accountable. I read a lot of Joseph Dispenza. I read a lot of Joe Murphy. So just, you know, books, time, I don't know, wanting to see yourself, wanting to improve, wanting to be a better person. I think it has to be within you to like want to heal, you know? So, yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned therapy is expensive. So I recently went to my first therapy session
Okay.
after I'm 34,
Yeah.
and it was a referral from a friend who I trust him. So I went to her. The craziest thing happened before I went to my therapy session. So one of my favorite songs in this phase of my life is Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Are you familiar?
Mm-hmm.
So in that song, it's very big on identity shift, kind of sobriety, feeling alone as you're growing. Like, it's a beautiful song. I
Yeah.
love it. So as I'm going through my therapy session, I'm like, let me listen to something that's going to put me in a chill mood. Like, I'm excited to go, but just to set the tone, I put it on. The place is like close to me. I get there, I'm about 10 minutes early, and I'm waiting in the waiting room. They have music playing, whatever. I'm sitting there. After about 3 minutes in, the next song comes on, and it's an acoustic version of Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No way.
I sit there, I'm looking around like, where are the cameras? What is happening?
Ashton,
What?
am I being punked?
And I'm just sitting there and I'm just, okay, this
wow.
universe, Gandhi, Mark Twain, New Year, Year of the Horse, whoever.
Right.
In this moment, I guess this is where I'm supposed to be.
No, for sure. Nothing is coincidence.
Oh, it was
Nothing.
wild. Of all songs.
Yes.
That's not, in this day and age, a super popular song anymore, but
that is the universe's way of telling you, keep going.
Yeah. So I went, and the therapy session was great. The
Good.
first one's kind of more of a get to know you. We kind of talked about things. And then when I told her a little bit of my story of what I went through, so I'm telling her my story, like, this kind of happened, this. And she was like, oh, through you saying telling me your whole story and trauma and what you've been through, not once did you mention how you feel. And I was like, yeah, I know. And that's kind of why I wanted to go, but I forgot and didn't know why. When she said that, I'm like, yeah, exactly. Because of the trauma and upbringing I had, being homeless as a kid, my dad not being in my life, falling a 4-story window, all these situations, I had to learn to build armor. There's no time to cry. There's no time to feel bad for myself. That's just what it is. Keep going.
Yeah.
And it's worked to this point in my life, right? Like, and it could probably still work. But if I want to grow how I want as a man and human, especially to help other people, especially if I get into a serious relationship, I got to be able to feel the feelings.
For sure.
So when she said that, I was like, that's why I'm here, man. Let's do it. And I was like, I haven't cried in years. She's like, oh, that's my specialty. I'm all right, well, let's see. Let's see what you can do. I'm not against it. Like, I'm very excited. And I'm very much a person going towards the storm. Like,
yeah,
I will take it on. I don't care how hard it is, how comfortable I embrace it. 'Cause I know I understand what's on the other side.
For sure.
We all know.
I think when you want to grow and you express that you want to grow or be a better person, you are literally given opportunities to do that, right? You are literally given challenges and hardships in order to grow, in order to be a better person. Like, I remember, so about maybe 3 years into my career, I was I was riding one of those scooters, you know, like the Lime scooters, the bird scooters, and hit a pothole, went flying.
Damn, girl.
Off of this. Yeah. Look, you see that?
Mm.
I have a plate and 7 screws in my arm now.
Handicap.
This is my painting hand. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm 3 years into my full-time artist career. Mind you, again, I have a child at home. This is my only way of making money at this point. And my shit was busted. And I was like, what am I going to do? And that was like probably one of the scariest things for me. I remember after that time, I think that's when I really, really found myself wanting to heal, because it's moments like that that really make you reflect on who you are outside of what you do. And I think, I don't remember what my point was. Oh, life gives you challenges in order to make you grow. Yeah. So
you just said you had to realize who you were outside of what you do.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm a lot of things. And I think that's what I had to learn was that, okay, you are not just an artist and you are not just a mother. You are a human being having a life experience. And you are also a friend. You are a sister. You are somebody that somebody looks to, that you inspire, right? We are so many different things, but being an artist wasn't who I am. It's how I express myself. And I just had to learn that, like, whatever I am in this moment is who I am. And so I've learned to just, like, again, go with the flow and say yes to things and learn to accept that whatever I'm feeling in the moment, whether it's sad, mad, grateful, whatever emotion it is, it's okay to just be there. And I think during that time of not painting, I learned that the most, because I was stripped away of my whole identity, if you will. Like, I couldn't go out and paint. I remember being in the middle of a mural that week. It was literally in the middle of a mural festival. I was painting with Hyro and wasn't able to paint. And I just remember having to sit on the sideline for, I think it was about 6 months. I had to go through physical therapy, I had surgery, all the things. And so I just had to build myself back up. It really taught me to slow down.
A wise man once said,
Are we quoting Uncle Ben again?
I forgot who, I want to say it's Bruce Lee,
Okay.
but because you said go with the flow.
Yeah.
And I've always heard the term after
Be
that
water.
is be the flow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, be water also. Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of fire. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, I'm just being. And
being.
I think that's something a lot of people struggle with, is being, like you said, whatever that emotion is, happy, sad, angry,
Whatever.
happy, down and bad. It's okay to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a world now where we have so much accessibility to get out of that feeling that we do. We grab our phone. I don't want to feel uncomfortable. Let me grab my phone. I don't want to feel that. Let me grab my phone. Let me do this. Let me text somebody. Let me go be with friends. It's okay to just be.
Yes.
And learn what that feels like and why. Why are you feeling these ways? Which is okay.
Yeah.
I think we as humans feel like we need to be on happy and 10 all the time. And when we're not, we feel like something's wrong.
It's so easy, especially now, and like,
Am I the door? Oh. Go ahead, you can talk.
Especially now in just this day and age of social media, right? Like, you look online and there's just so many influencers and just instant gratification, right? It's always fast moving pace. Oh, I need to post. And like, even as an artist, you feel this pressure to constantly post a masterpiece or a finished product, or like, this is what I'm working on now. And like, I think something that has helped me as an artist and entrepreneur is being transparent about my journey. If you look at my page, I definitely don't post like other artists do. I remember when I first got here and I was setting up with my booking team here, and one of the first comments they made was like, oh, a lot of your pictures on social media is not really your art. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, my art's in there, but I definitely feel like what has helped me as an artist connect with my audience is to just be authentic. I'm not constantly painting. I don't always have a mural to paint. I don't always have a finished canvas to paint. And so, like, why would I do that? You know what I mean? Like, I am also a human being. I'm also a mother. I'm also somebody who enjoys working out. I'm also somebody who enjoys running. Like, there's so many pieces of who I am, and I'm not just my art. I'm not just somebody who tattoos. I'm not just somebody who is constantly creating all the time. That's exhausting. And also, how am I supposed to be inspired if I'm not out living life, right? Like, how can I create from an empty cup? I have to be out living my life in order to create from a place that's real and authentic. And so something that has helped me connect to my audience is just being transparent online, being who I am in the moment, and not being afraid to show people that. And I know that's a very vulnerable thing to do, but it's definitely something that has taken me time to do and learn. But I do feel like it has helped my career go exponentially.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Good job, Chelsea.
Thanks.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank
We're going
you.
to wrap up here in a second. I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a quote or mantra you live by? What is it and why?
You're going to put me on the spot here. I am going to draw a blank, of course. No, there's not anything specific that's coming to mind.
You just roll by the beat of your own drum.
I guess so.
Okay. And any lasting words for the audience? You can look at the camera here, shout yourself out, anything coming up, anything you want to do, who you want to inspire, say something to help that little girl, Chelsea, who needed it.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. I love that. No, I want to just say thank you to my family one more time. I feel like I would not be here getting to meet so many incredible people such as yourself, pursuing this insane opportunity in a new city without them. So I just want to thank my family for holding down the fort.
Hey, well, thank you for coming on, sharing a bit of your story, your journey. I appreciate you so much for that. I'm glad to connect with you now that you're, a new person here in Vegas doing art, which is amazing and a great talent. So shout out to you.
Thank you.
I gave you, that's it. And then we'll leave you with the word. Damn, I got a few on deck. I write them down, but I try to come on top of the head. Let's see, which one we got today? So the word seed of the day, it is easier to grow yourself when you're not doubting yourself. Do not second guess who you can become. Believe you deserve to become that person. Woo!
Bars.
Get that tatted. We out here. 2 words. Well, happy Women's History Month. 2 words. Keep growing.